Hey guys, welcome back. WS Model Railroaders here. Today we're going to be working on some trees. Today I'm going to show you 3 different types of trees that I've been using. They're all pretty cheap and easy. We got 2 different types of pine trees and then kind of like an oak tree, maple, the bushier looking trees. So I'm going to show you all our methods and what supplies you're going to need. So hopefully you guys enjoy and let's get right into it. So here are kind of the stages of how we start. All the trees are pretty much the same. We'll start with just plain Jane tree. So this is basically a hydrangea. This is a painted one already, but this isn't far off from how it looks like. Around fall time when they lose their leaves and stuff like that, they're kind of just bare like so. And usually you end up trimming them, in fall or spring. And that's the perfect time when you can come grab these and, then you get your tree supply for winter. So these are all painted, as I said. So we got some browns here. These look like they're maples. We got the popples over here. We got our pine trees here. These are the wire method, once again, wire and string. And the filter method. And this is before flock. These have all been flocked already. Let's go ahead and start with the filter method and go from there. So a couple things you're gonna need. You can get big rolls of filter. I'll show you a picture right now. Basically, you just cut them into little chunks, little squares, depending on the size of the tree you wanna do. Basically, this is your tree. Kind of pull it apart, maybe pull the netting off on the very bottom just to get that out. We don't need that anymore. And then you kind of just pull it apart, separate it, open it up a little bit just so you're using less material. Then you're gonna want some shish kebab sticks. Now with these, typically what I'll do if I'm doing mass production, I'll go ahead and get them all cut to size. So about half a stick here, that's a pretty good, normal size. And then I'll kind of go smaller as we go. So cut those in half. All right, I got 8 sticks that are of decent size. These are about 8 inches tall, I want to say, 7, 8 inches tall. So now it's just as simple as taking a stick and preferably use the end with the sharp end. Now we did just cut these in half, so some of these will be very blunt on each end, so you might just need to take a utility knife and just shave the end down so it's nice and pointy. And just like that, now it's nice and pointy. And you can do this both directions because once you get the floss on, then you're gonna have a blunt end on the other end for sticking it into the foam. So if you want it easier to stick in the foam, you could sharpen the other end too, just so it sticks in the foam nicer. Now we're just gonna take our filter media and go ahead and shove it on in. And then as we go, we'll kind of pull it apart too. Make sure to leave a little, about an inch or so of stub at the end for the base of the tree. And if you wanted to, this is gonna float around as you're making your cuts and stuff like that. So usually what I'll do is I'll take a dab of super glue right on the top of where I just put that piece, just to get it attached to the wood a little bit better so that it doesn't float around when I'm doing my cuts and stuff like that. So go ahead and find another piece. Just like that, that's the start of a tree. So we can just put that off to the side for now and continue as we go, because that gives that time for the super glue to dry a little bit before we start cutting and stuff like that. So we still got about 7 more to do. For the most part dry, all done. I'm just gonna take my scissors, trash bin, and I'm gonna shape these. So I'm just gonna cut the edges that kind of look like squares, make it more circular. And we'll move around a little bit depending on how much glue you put on it, but it should stay fairly in the same spot. Worst case, you can also find the gaps in there and just squeeze some glue into there if it's being a pain. And we'll just make sure to kind of give it a triangular look, Bottom's gonna have the most spread out branches and then it kind of just cones up to the top. Okay, just like that. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, just like that. Trees are ready to go. Get painted. So I'm just going to be using a basic brown. This is a camouflage Rust-Oleum brown. It kind of looks black in the lighting, but it's brown, trust me. And you could use any color you want, really. Maybe just stay away from gloss, but depending on the look, you may want gloss. I don't know. It's up to you, but that's just the color I'm going with, just for the base coat, because, you know, trunks are usually brown, so that's the color we're going to go with. Just like that, they're all painted, and we'll be ready to fly once they're dry. Next method of trees we're going to do is the string and wire method. Now, you're simply going to get some wire. So the wire I will be using today is, what is it, 22 gauge wire, and is 8 conductor, I believe. It's basically security wire, so you might be able to get away with category wire, Ethernet wire. That stuff is a little bit thinner, however, so it's definitely not 22 gauge. This stuff is solid wire, so it's pretty durable. So what I'm going to simply do is take a piece. We're going to go ahead and cut the jacket off. Once I get it just far enough, I should be able to actually just take the jacket and pull the jacket all the way off. So you can see the wire. We got 8 different wires in here, all stranded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pairs. So there's wires that are kind of twisted around each other. So we got red and white here. I'll just unspool that, put that off to the side. Take another 2 pair, so brown and green. Put that off to the side. And then these 2. And I'm just gonna screw a screw into my floor here, you know, just to basically hold the wire. Now what I'll do is I will take the very end of the dual wire, so I'm taking 2 wires here, and I'm just going to twist them around just to make sure that when there's tension it doesn't pull away like it just did. So you might just need to do a knot or somehow tie it on itself so that it doesn't go anywhere. So now it's fairly tight. I'll just take my drill without a bit on it, tighten it down onto the wire, and then spin it, so that makes it nice and braided. So now when you pull it off, it's a little bit stronger of a wire. And you should be able to just twist this off. You can cut the other end off too, not a big deal, because we're not going to be worrying about it too much. So now we got a good wire lead that we can use as our tree. It's nice and stiff, and basically the way I do it is it ends up being twice as thick. So now it's going to be 4 wire thick technically. And I already have a whole bunch of these made up already, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to start with the one we just made. I'm just going to simply cut it in half, not cut it in half, but split it in half, and wrap it around my screw like so. So it's basically looking like 3:30, you know, if you're looking at a clock. And then you're going to grab some yarn. Now you can use multiple sizes of yarn. Basically, if you got really thick stuff, like I know I got some around here, you can actually end up separating this stuff. But this should be thin enough where I don't need to necessarily worry about it. I'm just gonna get about maybe 20 handfuls of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16. I'm only gonna do about 16. This is a smaller tree, so I shouldn't need that much. And I'll keep it in that loop from being around my hand, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it on the top and then go through the bottom. And that's going to give me a bunch of pieces. I'm just going to lay them right on top of that wire right there. Kind of separate it, fill in gaps, whatever you do. Make sure it's all nice and centered on the wire. And now you're going to take that 3 o'clock piece of wire where it was facing the other direction. You're just going to rest that right on top of all the wires, or all the twine, just like that. So now I'm just gonna take my drill again. I'm gonna fire it up into here and let her rip. Now, because that wire is thin, it may split off like it just did, but it is good enough to go. So I'll just pull it off the screw. Right now it's just twisted, so I'll just counterclockwise rotate it. It should just twist right off, and now I'll have a little hook at the top. I'm just gonna twist that back down so it's nice and tight and the top doesn't come off, and then I can actually just trim this little hook off. So now you got this. You can kind of flock it, fluff it, whatever you need to do. And now we're just gonna simply trim it. It'll look something like that in the end. Now, I honestly prefer thinner twine than this. I used it all up, unfortunately, but it's about half the size, if not smaller. All right. These are all ready to go paint. Some of them are a little shorter, but they'll do the trick. Okay, the last tree that we're gonna do today. These are hydrangeas. So if they kind of look familiar to you, just, you know, obviously dead because they went dormant. Basically, I got a bunch of these in my yard, so I ended up just cutting a bunch of them. And what we'll do is we'll just trim the flowers off. And as you trim those flowers, it'll eventually look like a mini tree. And just like that, we have a tree. It just needs to get painted and flocked, but this is a nice, easy way to make trees with, you know, stuff that you got going on. So, you know, you can round it out a little bit more if you wanted to maybe trim some of the bushes on top so it doesn't look as pointed, kind of like a pine tree, but more rounded like an oak tree would or a maple tree. You can do that, and it turns out great. Okay, for flocking pine trees, all we're gonna need is some hairspray and flock. So I already got a lot of flock in here that we can use. I like to use the darker colors for the pine trees. It looks like we got some dark, coarse ground foam here. Looks like we're out of the fine stuff. I mean, we got some lighter stuff, but whatever works, whatever colors you're kind of going for. So you're simply just gonna hit the tree with some hairspray first. We'll just go ahead and hit it with some flock. Now this tree is probably going to benefit from some fine as well, because it looks like it's not going to stick the greatest with it being so thick. So I'm going to add some fine to that. But I'm in between layers, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with hairspray again. May knock some stuff off, not a big deal. And just like that, we got a tree. And if you notice, I was using a pan below when I'm sprinkling the stuff on, so that way I can reuse whatever I don't use, because if you're just doing that in a garbage can, you're just wasting a bunch of material. So make sure to use something to collect any extra stuff that you're not going to use. All right. Similar process for string wire trees. The only difference really is what we're going to do. Maybe do a different color, just because it kind of looks like a different species. So maybe we'll do a little darker on these because I did kind of light on those. So hit it with some hairspray. We're going to go with a darker coarse this time. This is what I don't like about the thicker stuff, is it kind of blotches the branches together. Not a big fan of it, but that's all we can really do right now. Alright, there's a tree. Alright, we just got one more tree to flock. One more type of tree. That's going to be our oaks, maples, / popple tree. So the only difference between the oaks and maples and popple trees are really the trunk color as well as the top color. So popple trees are white, And what I'll do in a little bit is dap basically black dots throughout the whole trunk to kind of give it that wear effect that popple trees have. As you can see, I'll bring you over to my other popples over here. So you can see little black specks along the trunks, or smudge marks. And that's basically just done by dots everywhere, and then basically clean your brush and then start wiping, basically spreading the color along the trunk. And don't do too thick of paint because otherwise it'll turn the trunk black, but you know, just lightly brush it. Basically you just take your tree, take your hairspray, much like anything else. I'm actually going to spray on the bottom, so basically it covers up, because what happens if you spray the top, you're going to dump your stuff on and the bottom's going to be left exposed and it's not going to look that great. So I'll just start in the bottom, spray the bottom real quick. Once the bottom's sprayed, then I'll come up to the top and spray the tops. And do it over your pan so you can reuse it just like any other tree. I'll hit it with some more hairspray. We're gonna hit it with some fine stuff now to kind of cover up anything that the coarse missed. And just like that, we got a tree. I ain't gonna need a lot, so I'm just gonna use my cap as my holster for the paint. You can use a pretty small brush. This one is one that's a little frayed. I'm not too worried about detail or anything like that, so I don't need a fancy one. I'm just gonna simply get some black, maybe dab it a little bit so it's not too much, and I'm just literally just gonna do dots everywhere so you're not missing any spots. Gonna start swiping away. Just like that. That one's good to go. So now I'll just continue on the rest of them and then we can start flocking them. Alright, got all my popple trees painted, and I used black acrylic paint, so it dried pretty darn fast. So. Now because these are lighter colored trees, we're probably going to need to do a couple coats just because that white's going to bleed through a little bit. Okay, we got our popples all flocked, maples, some pine trees. Now I'm gonna give these a day to, dry, just so the flock doesn't come flying off and stuff like that. However, I will need to make more of our wire trees, so I will get to that tomorrow once all this is dry, because then we could just putz around with the trees real quick, and we should be able to get quite a bit of this side done. Now you'd say, that's a lot of trees, you should be able to, no problem. Well, you'd be surprised how many trees take up one area. Like that is around 100 trees right there, and this is probably 60, 70 trees right there, not including those. So it's gonna take a lot of trees, but hopefully we'll at least get most of this done. So that's how we basically do the 3 different types of trees in our layout. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, hopefully you learned something new. If you guys have any tips or tricks, just go ahead and let us know. Next video is going to be us installing those trees, kind of how we do things. I kind of give you a generic idea, just, placement and stuff like that. It's a lot to go into kind of, separating all the trees and stuff like that, keeping them, not necessarily right next to each other, or keeping more of a natural look. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be in the following week, but hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will catch you in the next video.